Oil has had a volatile year, with recent prices reaching their highest level since 2014. One thing we've seen is that the pace of global economic growth is a key driver of oil prices. Emerging economies, like in India and China, are growing rapidly, up to 3 times as fast as the U.S. Rising living standards in these regions and across the world are boosting global demand for energy, and oil in particular. Global vehicle sales, which reached 90 million last year, tell this story best. Over the next decade or so, consumers in these economies are likely to put their growing incomes towards transportation, personal vehicles, and air travel. But the medium-term oil outlook is hard to pinpoint, owing to uncertainty about the impact of fiscal stimulus on U.S. growth, the implications of ongoing trade tensions with China, and rising geopolitical tensions in key petroleum exporting countries.
There are several potential risk scenarios that could impact the future of oil prices. These could deepen into significant factors or dissipate over the coming months. Our read of oil balances point to a period of price moderation through the end of the year. Softness in demand and increased shale supply make their presence felt in international markets and could drive episodes of sharp unwinds of extended crude length. Renewed Iranian sanctions could materially impact the supply of the equation. However, we likely won't have full clarity of that until early November, when oil sanctions come into effect. On the other hand, the physical oil market is already flush with oil from Saudi Arabia and Russia. A release of strategic petroleum reserves before the US midterm election in November could push prices down. Finally, weaker emerging market currencies and higher oil prices could eventually impact demand, putting pressure on global refining margins. In the very near term, we expect oil prices to remain under pressure given the risks to the downside. And beyond 2019, oil will likely be supported from the lack of investments in the upstream sector and regulatory changes in the bunker fuel market.
Ultimately, there are a lot of factors at play in the world right now, and the current environment is a lot more volatile than usual. We can't predict what will happen in the near future, but keeping an eye on trends can help businesses stay aware of future risks.